Okay, just following on from the last video, I did test out the new visuals for the bomb damage and crater effects. I thought I'd just throw on a few variations on weapons just to test out the crater size for each. So I've got a GBU-12 500 pounder, GBU-16 on the outer pylons, then I've got a GBU-10 2000 pounder in the middle with a paveway just for good measure. So that's been glued out. Quickly set up here, air to ground, let's get the flare pod on, laser. Now I've got 4 waypoints down here next to each other, so I'll designate the first one. Quickly set up the codes here, the GBU-12s, 1688, instantaneous, 1688. The GBU-10, GBU-16, 1688, and the paveway will set up as single line, and we'll keep that tail. Alright, we'll do the GBU-12 first up, and there's runway coming into sight now. 19 seconds to release. Let's go to autopilot. A bit asymmetrical in the loadout, but we'll be right. Alright, 5 seconds, bomb line coming down, and pickle. It's always good to get a bit of bombing practice in, and I'll be doing plenty of that this video. So lays on, automatic. Should be getting a hit just in the far end of that runway. There it is, and that looks like definitely a smaller crater than those the JDAMs I was dropping in the last video. So we'll get a closer look. I'll just make another turn, drop the 16, redesignate waypoint 2, lays on, come around left. This should ideally be a bigger crater than the one I just made then. Alright, roll out. 5 seconds release, and pickle. 10 seconds laser. Have a look at this one. Yeah, it's definitely a smaller crater than the last ones I was dropping. Ooh, that is bigger, definitely. I think it's still smaller than the last one, so I think this is definitely different sizes. So soon find out. GBU-10, designate waypoint 3, lays on. Come around. Alright. GBU-10, 2000 pounds. Cool. Hit, and I would call that larger again. So yeah, very neat. It's got 3 different sizes there. Quickly going to drop this paveway, get a bit more distance for this one. Lays back on, redesignate. Easy as you like in this F-18. tight, but we should be able to do it. Right, there's the dotted line. Let's line it up. Should get the circle come down. There it is. Hold the pickle, pickle, and that's automatically lays in. Let's watch this one come in. That's all it's about there. If I don't lose my lays. That should be the same size crater. Or slightly bigger. Alright, let's go down and have a look. And what I'll do is, I think I'll try pause it as we fly over.
Altitude. Altitude.
And there we go. So GBU 12, 16, and then this one looks slightly bigger than the paveway of the GBU 10, but yeah, very neat. So one thing I will test out now, if I unpause. Now down at the end of the runway here, if I go here, I am going to set up a few planes. There they are. I'll just pause again. Got some L39s down there, and let's see if let's speed up time, will take off, because that is one question that came up. And they are hot started and not going anywhere. So that runway is out of action for the AI. Just to test that, and I'll jump in and check that out without a bombed runway. Alright, jump back up top and just going to activate these planes now to see if they make a move. So I got no bomb craters down there, it's a clean runway, same setup. And there we go, so off they go straight away. So 100% they are affected by the bomb craters, the AI, and will not take off if that runway's hit, so that's good to know. What I might do is actually drop a few in this field just to see if there's any difference with the craters down there, which I'm interested to see. So let's select let's go the big one, GBU 10, and we'll come around and launch one onto the dirt, see if there's any difference. I'll be back in a sec once I turn this baby around. Alright, just coming up on the field, so that's where my waypoint is. Let's just move it over to this area and designate that.
Altitude. Altitude.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pickle. Let's have a look at this damage down here. Alright, so let's get a close look.
Altitude. Altitude.
Just going to pause over the top. And yes, so that's a big difference with the crater on the dirt, so it hasn't got that spider webbing in there. It's just, you can tell that's dirt underneath, so it's very cool. I've actually got different surfaces modelled. As we see an L39 up there behind us. Yeah, so very cool. I might just go and test a few more bombs out. am kind of curious to see what the airport busters of the JF-17 are going to do, the rocket propelled bombs, so I might just jump in that quickly and have a look. It's been a while. Okay, switching over to the JF-17, so I've got the Type 200A airfield penetrating bombs on, which are rocket propelled and very cool and unique to this jet, so we're going to give them a try. Should be pretty much lined up. Just got to get set up here in the Jeff, which is pretty simple. Air to ground mode. Quantity, I've got 6 of them on board. Interval, we'll just do it the furthest. Fuse in. Let's go tail, I reckon. And yeah, simple as you like, ready to drop. Yeah, I haven't lined up on my hair. Oh, that's pretty lined up. I shouldn't have moved. Now down about 3,000 radar volts, I reckon. Yeah, it looks pretty lined up. So it's 1,000 feet between each one, so soon find out how big that is. Oh, getting a bit low here. Alright, that looks pretty sweet. I should get a tone. And that's my cue to drop. Bomb line is straight down that runway. That looks beautiful. Let's get a bit off now. There's the tone. Release, 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 and release. Good grief. So jumping out, so there they are. Bang, bang. Oh, bit of a shocky spread, but they look pretty effective. So let's get this configuration set. Oh, I still see the smoke trails. Oh, they're awesome. Oh, they're definitely worth the money. Oh, I've actually killed something too. Alright, so that looks like a smaller crater, which is interesting. Maybe that hit something and actually made a bigger crater. Not sure what it's hit down there, but it's definitely exploded something, although there shouldn't be anything on the side of the runway, so yeah, that's interesting. They are very varied sizes, so the impact of each one might have been at a different speed or just different circumstances, angle, I don't know, but yeah, they're all varied but very effective. Look at that. Oh, what terrific bombs they are for that purpose. Alright, now I might actually try some snake eyes, because I don't think I've used them in this plane before, but I do believe they are on here, so let's have a look at those quickly. Alright, just do another run with this time with the snake eyes on board, which I'm assuming is going to do similar damage to the GBU-12s. I'll be a bit low here, aren't I? Right, there's a tone. Off they go. Oh, feeling a bit crooked. Feeling a bit crooked. Alright, off. Not too bad. Got a couple of hits on there. Let's come around. Let's take that configuration. Shut the warning up. And yeah, it looks like those craters are pretty small comparatively, so definitely those 200As are better for the job, but yeah, these are like the GBU12s, although that one's a bit bigger on the dirt there. But yeah, those are more ideal for probably convoys and whatnot. Now, one thing I did want to try was the AKG, the 802, and see exactly what damage they do, because they're pretty beastie missile. So I'm just going to come back and launch one of those and see what they do. Okay, jumping to the final test, and that is to launch these awesome 802 AKGs, which are probably one of my favourite weapons in the game. They're ridiculously oversized. They do a lot of damage and I love them. Airfield's ahead of us, so let's get set up. Air to ground mode. Pretty much ready on the HUD there, so yeah, I've got direct mode up. There's a few different ones I can do, but direct it is, ready, low cruise, pop up. And all that's left is to launch. Off the racks. Oh geez, hope it wasn't too low. And whooshka. Alright, so jumping now across to the data link pod. And 25 seconds till that kicks in. Let's just get trimmed up now. They move pretty slowly. If I have a look at it, I'll probably see myself up in the... There I am. So let's get a bit of speed. Trim out. Alright, 2 seconds, 1 second, and we have video feed. Now I've put a few BTRs down there just for some fun, just to see exactly the splash damage. You can see them just in the middle there. And they're about to have a bad day. I'll take control of this any second. Should be about now, I reckon. Alright, let's just line it up over these BTRs. Trouble is I'm so obsessive compulsive, I just want it perfect. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Maybe we can get a view of both happening here. Get down. Across. Yeah, I reckon that's about right. Alright, let's keep both on the screen here. Oh, that's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Maybe a bit up. Bit up, maybe. Alright. And... whooshka. That is pretty damn effective. Oh, I love them. And that crater is probably one of the biggest I've seen. On par with the JDAM, that's for sure. Let's just get down there and have a closer look. That's pretty tight turn. We'll be right. Alright, let's have a look at the damage. Now I had them, I thought, a bit further away than that. I think their splash damage actually goes a bit further out than even that. They are very destructive. And there we go, so yeah, easy one of the most destructive weapons to destroy a runway and anything in between. Oh, love it. Absolutely love them. So yeah, the other thing I did want to try that a user commented on, viewer commented on, was the nukes. Now I couldn't get into the MiG-21, it seems to crash every time I try to load it, so I'm not sure that's just my system, but yeah, I haven't actually launched the nukes before, but I wouldn't mind testing those out just to see what happens. But in the meantime, that is a pretty comprehensive test, and Yeah, I had a lot of fun. So I decided I couldn't end the video without letting my favourite jet get in on the action. So I've loaded it up with 4 2,000 pounders, 4 Mark 84s, and I threw in some clouds because why not? And let's see how we do. Alright, air to ground for the Viper. Let's go CCRP. Spacing I reckon we'll keep the same. Ripple 4. And tail, which I'm pretty sure you do for maximum penetration. Correct me if I'm wrong. TGP on. Now I've still got those BTRs down there. Need to straighten up a bit. Take the autopilot off. Let's whack the burners on. Actually, I might put it just before it, because I think they land fore and aft of where you aim for. They're crooked now. Probably not the ideal speed to be heading in for a CCR drop, but the Viper only knows one speed. Alright. It looks pretty good. Pretty well lined up. Right a touch. Now this is going to shake this plane something coloured when these 2,000 pounders get released. Pretty good, and pickle, oh boy, pickle, pickle, pickle off. Oh, traces, 1 hit, 2 hits, oh, I did hit him. Oh, I arsed that a bit. Oh, got above the clouds here. Why can't we? Let's do it. Oh. Oh, lovely. Between the extra immersion with this, the craters, just improves every time you have a look. Okay, where's that airfield? Oh boy. There she is. Let's have a look at damage down there. A few of these guys still probably have some teeth, so let's not get too close. But yeah, the Viper cannot be outdone. Took out a fair few of them, eh? Not bad. Alright, that's the end of the video. I shall finish with some cloud surfing. And yeah, like I said, hopefully that was enjoyable. So I certainly enjoyed it.